GVK Group led by GV Krishna Reddy, cup of woes brims over. Adani Group and GVK Group have formally agreed to bury the hatchet over the control of Mumbai International Airport Limited. Adani Group takes over Mumbai International Airport Limited after a 2-year tussle with GVK. It enters into a pact to buy debt of GVK airport developers. The Adani Group's relentless efforts to buy stakes in Mumbai International Airport became a reality as the decks have been cleared to buy controlling 74% of stake in Mumbai Airport. Under a complex deal reached between GVK and Adani Group, Adani International Holdings Limited, a part of Adani Group owned by billionaire Gautam Adani, will acquire the debts of GVK Airport Developers Limited, through which GVK Group holds 50.5% equity stake of MIAL. The MIAL in turn holds 74% stake in Navi Mumbai International Airport Limited. As per the deal, Adani Group Holdings Limited will acquire the debt of GVK Airport Developers from its airport lenders. India's GDP collapses in face of pandemic. India's GDP collapsed by 23.9% in the quarter ending in June on a constant price year-over-year basis as the country's effort to contain the coronavirus wreaked havoc on its economy. India went into a coronavirus-related lockdown at the end of March, later than many other Asian and European nations, so the effect of the stay-at-home order only became fully visible in the past quarter. Now a very encouraging news. India ranked in top 50 nations in the Global Innovation Index GII 2020, 31 economies, breaking into the top 50 countries for the first time. India climbed 4 spots from last year. 3 clusters, Bengaluru, Delhi and Mumbai, feature in the top 100 science and technology hotspots, further endorsing presence in global innovation economy on the Global Innovation Index 2020 and is now at 48th position in the list of top 50 innovative countries in the World Intellectual Property Organization WIPO annual ranking. Switzerland, Sweden, US, UK and Netherlands are in the top spots of this year's ranking. According to an official release, India occupied the 52nd position in 2019 and was ranked 81st in the year 2015. The WIPO had also accepted India as one of the leading innovation achievers of 2019 in Central and Southern Asian region, as it has shown a consistent improvement in its innovation ranking for the last 5 years. As per the release, the consistent improvement in the Global Innovation Index ranking is owing to the immense knowledge capital, the vibrant startup ecosystem, and the amazing work done by the public and private research organizations. The much anticipated news, Railway Board gets its first CEO cum chairman. The Indian Railway has gone the corporate way, at least in the administrative setup, since its inception in 1905. The Railway Board got its CEO after the government approved its restructuring and gave additional responsibility of the post to the chairman, Mr. Vinod Kumar Yadav. The corporatization plan was a part of proposal cleared by the cabinet in December 2019 for making the 115-year-old board leaner by cutting its strength from 8 to 5. The board will now be headed by Mr. Yadav as chairman cum CEO and will have 4 others. Mr. Pradeep Kumar as a member of infrastructure, Mr. PC Sharma as a member of traction and rolling stock, Mr. P.S. Mishra as a member, Operations and Business Development, and Ms. Manjula Rangarajan as a member of Finance. All the posts have been cleared by the Appointments Committee of Cabinet. The board will also include sectorial experts from the industry. The chairman will be the cadre controlling officer responsible for human resources with assistance from the Director General. which is another new post. Supreme Court restrains banks from declaring accounts as NPA, that is, non-performing assets, until further notice. A bench led by Justice Ashok Bhushan issued the interim order while was hearing a batch of petitions seeking waiver of interest on deferred EMIs during the moratorium period. In a respite to the stressed borrowers, the Supreme Court on Thursday directed that accounts not declared non-performing assets as of August 31st should not be classified as such until further orders. The three-judge bench was hearing a batch of petitions challenging the levy of interest on loans during the moratorium period. The bench will hear the case next on September 10th. The apex court's directive came while noting the submissions of senior lawyer Harish Salve, who appeared for the Banks Association and said that no account shall become NPA at least for the period of 2 months. Finance Minister welcomes US companies' investment in India. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman welcomed US companies' investment and partnership with India, especially in manufacturing and infrastructure sectors during the virtual discussion with US-India Strategic Partnership Forum's Board of Directors on the sidelines of its third annual leadership summit. According to a statement issued by US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, USISPE, the finance minister's discussion with the board members focused on ease of doing business in India, digitalization and fintech, agriculture, including agricultural infrastructure, and private sector participation across all the sectors of the Indian economy. In another step towards digitalization, government proposes to make fast tags mandatory in all four-wheelers from January 1st, 2021. The Transport Ministry has proposed to make it mandatory for all four-wheelers to have fast tags from January 1st, 2021, failing which the vehicle owner can be fined under the provisions of Central Motor Vehicle Rules CMVR 1989. The moves come amid the centre's aggressive drive to push digital payments on toll plazas across national highways in order to reduce congestions and reduce travel time. Happy travelling to all of you after the pandemic. The optimism about the sector has been fueled by the timely rains, a good monsoon, and an increase in the crop area. While the 3.4% growth in agriculture and allied activities was the only saving grace amid the economic contraction of 23.9% in the last quarter, that performance was expected as the government has imposed the least restriction on the sector, said Soumya Kanti Ghosh, Chief Economist of the State Bank of India. Farming was the only industry to post positive growth in June quarter's gross domestic product data. The rapid spread of coronavirus in rural areas and declining prices are set to weigh on the outlook. As Sumit Nagal bows out of US Open. Sumit Nagal, 23-year-old Indian tennis star, failed to make it to the third round of US Open. He lost to the world number 3 Dominic Thiem 6-3, 6-3, 6-2 in 2 hours in Arthur Ashe Stadium. Dominic Thiem converted on 6 of 14 breakpoint chances and finished with 30 winners, while Sumit Nagal fired 12 winners and committed 38 unforced errors. Nevertheless, he gained a lot of respect from the tennis world. It brought back memories of when he stole the opening set against Swiss legend Roger Federer in the first round contest during the US Open debut last year.